Dragon Ball Daima Episode 7 is upon us. And also, happy 40th anniversary to Dragon Ball. If you haven't checked out the episode yet, I'm going to be talking about it with full spoilers, so you've been warned. Before we begin into the actual episode, I want to point out that the king of the Third Demon Realm and his crew were added to the intro. I'm sure we'll see more of these little changes as the story continues. I also want to say that it really does feel like we're finally moving forward. I don't think the pacing in Daima has been as bad as some people have been saying, but it has been quite a bit of lore dumps. This episode, and clearly with a preview for the next one, it feels like the adventure is finally getting there. So the B-team of Vegeta, Bulma, Piccolo, and Kibito have been stuck on Earth because their plane crashed as soon as it lifted off the air. Bulma discovers that what messed up was this one element that can only be found in the demon realm. So Bulma is really upset. Later on, we also hear talks about Kachin and how it can only be found in the demon realm. So we're still getting new lore. But if you remember, Hibis was assigned by the king of the Third Demon Realm to go get this B-team. By the end of the episode, everyone is in the demon realm except for Kibito, who decides to stay behind at the lookout. I thought this was a little weird, like, is he just hanging out with Popo, I guess? But then again, there's been 3 demon realm ships arriving at the lookout in the past few days. So maybe it is better that someone's waiting there. We switch over to Goku where we get new demon realm food. Every episode it feels like we find something different. This one is the Manpuku dumplings, which are worth 2 meals. It reminds me of the senzu bean's original purpose of being food. Really filling food. We also find out that Pansy has really good eyesight, since she spots a police plane flying by when no one else could. They try to avoid it but are ultimately captured. They choose not to fight as to not attract attention. I really just knew this plot point was going to come back when Pansy's collar was scanned the last episode, and a few episodes back, we were told that the collars could be tracked. So they're taken to a camp with a few ships. Shin instructs Goku to hide out as they talk to the police. Pansy's just freaking out because they're about to catch Goku, but he teleports to Shin to escape, so at the very least we know that instant transmission can still work here. A lot of us thought that it wasn't going to, just like GT when Goku was turned into a kid. Teleportation seems like it would just make everything really easy, but then again, Goku isn't the kind of person to take the easy route, so even if it works, he'd still want to go on the adventure. They're in the clear, but before the police leave, they want to question Pansy, since they suspect she is the mass vigilante from a few episodes back. We get a little bit of short action, but what's important here is that Shin actually proves useful, actually fighting and defending his friends. I'm really excited to see more of that. I've always liked the Supreme Kai and always argued that people were a little too unfair to him, so hopefully I get validated and he actually does more things. But once again, their ship is destroyed. They can't keep a single one. Goku also fires a ki ball at one of the ships, so we know that he can still fire normal ki blasts. Like, we've seen it in the opening, but we haven't seen him do a proper one until now. This makes me wonder why they didn't give ki bullets to Daima Goku in Sparking Zero. He can't use a single blast attack. I thought there was gonna be a purpose, but Pansy gets what I thought was going to be a gun, but it turns out to be some kind of communication jammer. They steal a police plane, but before they can leave, Pansy realizes that they'll be chased as long as she has the collar on. Shin analyzes it and realizes that it was made out of Kachin. This metal was introduced to us in the Borg as the strongest metal in the universe. It's what the Tournament of Power Arena is made of. Apparently, Kachin can only be found in the Clint's home world, planet Kaishin, or Core World. The collars were originally created by Dr. Arinsu as a way to monitor the Third Demon Realm, and they grow in size with whoever wears them. Shin destroys Pansy's collar with his power, saying that anyone can use that kind of magic if they learn it. At least I assume it was magic. So I'm sure that by the end of it, Pansy will learn that technique and free everyone from the Third Demon Realm. One of the biggest revelations is when Pansy asks for Shin's real name, Nahare. Just like Goku's Saiyan name is Kakarot, Shin also has an original name before he migrated. It's interesting that they ended up being some kind of parallel to each other. Pansy calls a hacker to assign a pin number to their new ship, 1022. The other pins seemed to be Easter eggs or references to things, so I wonder if this one is too. We also find that Vegeta and the others have arrived at the Third Demon Realm, though Goku decides not to wait for them so he can fight the Third Tamagami first. I also really like this Hibis guy. He just gets called out for lying about having a girlfriend. He's pretty funny. Goku and the others find the Tamagami, and after a meal, they go face him. They have no reservations about telling people that they stole a plane from the police. It's weird not to be careful about this, but I guess everybody just hates them. The Third Tamagami is said to be stronger than even Dabura, while the king of the Third Demon World said that Goku might have a chance against them because he defeated Buu. So as far as the Third Tamagami is concerned, he's somewhere above Cell, but probably below Buu. But as you'll see in the next episode preview, Goku seems to be handling the Tamagami pretty easily just in base. But as nimble as Goku is, I'm sure he'll need Super Saiyan. In fact, it's a blink and you'll miss it moment, but you can see Super Saiyan Goku for just one moment when the Tamagami slams down his hammer. I can only imagine how strong 2 and 1 are going to be. I really hope we see Super Saiyan 3 through this. It's been what feels like forever since we've seen it in action. I was also surprised by him talking. I completely expected them to be mute, or at the very least, have a robotic voice. Looks like we'll be getting more from the villains in the next episode. I am very excited for that. They've definitely been one of the highlights of the show. So that was episode 7. We're getting a little bit less lore, more plot, and we're actually moving the adventure forward while having some action. It looks to me like episode 8 is going to be the big one, with some really crazy action shots just in the preview alone. I wonder if this fight is just going to be this one episode, or we're going to go into other ones, since this series is paced completely different than most Dragon Ball things. I'm sure it'll just be like the one episode, unless he transforms or something. I think besides maybe 1 or 2 more shots, we're pretty much past everything we've seen in trailers. I'm starting to recognize less and less shots, and that's really exciting. It means that we're gonna have a bunch of secrets to uncover. This is going to be a pretty short series overall, so I'm happy that we're actually getting to the plot. Again, I don't think it was as big of an issue as other people thought, but I do understand the concerns, and especially since for some reason a lot of people are starting Dragon Ball with this series. Guess I get it's the newest product and it's being released right now, but the pacing might be an issue for some people just jumping into this and are probably pretty confused. I mean, I don't know, I've seen too many people introduce Dragon Ball to new viewers through Daima. I don't think it's the worst idea in the world, but you are starting like way past the original manga. But that's a complaint for another time. I'm really curious to know what you guys think of the pacing. I've been really enjoying it so far, but I do think maybe one episode could have been cut, and the important things from that placed onto other ones. But either way, I feel like this is really special, it feels meaningful, and the action so far has been pretty great. This episode in particular didn't have anything too crazy. It was nice seeing Shin in action, but I wish we actually saw more punches and impressive Sakuga. But again, it feels like all of that is being saved for the next episode. I said previously that I didn't think the second team was going to make it to the Demon Realm for a few more episodes. I was clearly proven wrong here, but I wonder how long it'll take us to meet up. I have a feeling that Vegeta and the others will show up at the battle site of the Tamagami by the end of the next episode. I say that hopefully because I really do want to see Vegeta and Goku interact more in this strange situation. Having Bulma and Piccolo there is also gonna be interesting. I hope they get more to do. Either way, let me know what you guys thought of this episode down in the comments below. Start a discussion, start speculating. This series has been really fun, and I know more and more people are getting sold on it every day. Anyways guys, thanks for watching, and if you're looking for more Dragon Ball content, check out my 1 hour plus video on the weirdest Dragon Ball specials you've never seen because they never came out of Japan.
Jonah.